What if the very habits you've trusted for years to keep you feeling fresh are secretly making you smell older than you are? It's a startling thought, isn't it? You step out of the shower, wrap yourself in a cozy towel, and think you're ready to take on the day, only to catch a faint whiff later that makes you second-guess yourself. If that's ever happened to you, don't worry, you're not alone, and there's no need to feel a hint of shame. As we age, our bodies evolve in ways we don't always notice, and some of our tried-and-true bathroom routines can start working against us. The good news is that with a few simple tweaks, you can feel vibrant, confident, and as youthful as ever. In this video, we're diving into 7 surprising bathroom habits that doctors say can make senior women smell older than they feel, even when we're doing our best to stay fresh. These tips are backed by science woven with lessons I've learned from my own journey and designed to help you live boldly at any age. Stick around until the end for practical, easy fixes that will have you radiating confidence. If you're finding this helpful, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss more ways to thrive in your golden years. Let's jump into the first habit that might be undermining your freshness: sticking with the same old deodorant for too long. I'll confess I was guilty of this for years. I had this one deodorant, a floral-scented stick I'd used since my 40s, that felt like part of my identity. I'd swipe it on every morning, convinced it was my shield against odor. But as I crossed into my 60s, I started noticing that by lunchtime, I wasn't feeling as fresh as I expected. Sometimes there was this odd, almost metallic scent that seemed to linger no matter how diligently I showered. It was puzzling and honestly a bit disheartening. Then during a checkup, my doctor mentioned something that flipped a switch for me. As we age, our skin and sweat glands change. Our sweat contains different compounds and our skin becomes more sensitive, meaning that heavy fragrances or harsh chemicals in deodorants can backfire, mixing with our natural chemistry to create an odor we don't want. Dermatologists explain that many traditional deodorants, especially those packed with synthetic fragrances or aluminum, can disrupt the delicate balance of bacteria in our underarms. Think of your underarm as a little ecosystem with good bacteria keeping things in check. Harsh deodorants can wipe out those helpful microbes, letting odor-causing bacteria take over. It's like clearing out a forest and leaving only the invasive weeds. For me, the turning point came when I noticed my underarms felt itchy after using my old deodorant, and that irritation seemed to make any odor more noticeable. I decided it was time for a change, and I'm so glad I did. Here's what you can do to stay fresh: switch to a natural, fragrance-free deodorant formulated for sensitive skin. Look for ingredients like arrowroot powder, shea butter, or magnesium, which neutralize odor without throwing your skin's balance out of whack. I started using a roll-on natural deodorant that feels like a gentle hug for my skin, and it keeps me fresh all day without that chemical aftersmell. If you prefer antiperspirants, choose an aluminum-free option to minimize irritation. Another tip is to cleanse your underarms with a mild fragrance-free soap before applying deodorant, ensuring no residue builds up. Since making this switch, my underarms feel smoother, less irritated, and best of all, odor-free even on hectic days. It's a small change that's boosted my confidence, and I know it can do the same for you. If you're nodding along, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're feeling this. Now let's talk about something we often overlook: not cleaning your shower head regularly. I used to think my shower was my happy place, where I could rinse away the day and emerge feeling like a new woman. But a few years ago, a friend who's a bit of a clean freak asked me, "When did you last clean your shower head?" I chuckled, thinking, it's just water. It's got to be clean, right? Oh, how naive I was. That question sent me down a rabbit hole, and what I learned was a wake-up call. Shower heads are like little havens for bacteria and mold, especially in humid bathrooms. The warm, moist environment combined with mineral deposits from water creates a perfect breeding ground for microbes like Legionella or Staphylococcus, which can leave a musty or even sour smell on your skin or hair after showering. Research shows that unclean shower heads can spray tiny particles of bacteria onto you every time you shower, which can cling to your skin and contribute to odors you might not even realize are there. I'll never forget the day I inspected my shower head and saw tiny black specks inside the nozzles. It was like a horror movie moment. I got to work right away. And here's what I do now. Every month, I soak my shower head in a solution of half white vinegar and half water for about an hour. If it's not removable, I secure a plastic bag filled with the solution around it. Then I scrub the nozzles with a soft brush to clear out any buildup. Since I started this routine, my showers feel cleaner, and my skin and hair no longer carry that faint, off-putting smell I didn't even know was coming from my shower head. For an extra boost, I added a shower head filter to trap minerals and some bacteria. It's affordable and makes a noticeable difference, especially if you have hard water. This simple habit has turned my showers into a true refresh, and I know you'll feel the difference too. Let's keep going with another habit that's easy to miss using the same washcloth too many times. I used to think a washcloth was good for a few days. After all, I'm just using it with soap so it stays clean right wrong. A damp washcloth left hanging in a steamy bathroom is like a luxury resort for bacteria and fungi. Every time you use it, you're potentially rubbing those microbes back onto your skin, especially on sensitive areas like your face or neck, which can lead to irritation or a subtle odor. Doctors note that as we age, our skin's ability to fight off bacteria weakens, making it even more important to keep our tools clean. I learned this lesson when I noticed a faint, almost vinegary smell on my skin after washing my face, even with a gentle cleanser. It was embarrassing until I realized my washcloth was the culprit. Now I use a fresh washcloth every time I wash my face or body. I keep a stack of soft cotton ones in my bathroom, so it's never a hassle to grab a clean one. After each use, I hang the washcloth in a well-ventilated spot to dry completely, not balled up where moisture can linger. I wash them in hot water with a fragrance-free detergent to ensure no bacteria stick around. This small change has made my skin feel cleaner and fresher, and that odd smell is history. If you're short on washcloths, even a rotation of 3 or 4 can make this habit doable. It's like giving your skin a fresh canvas every day. We've covered some powerful ways to stay fresh, and I hope you're feeling inspired to try them out. Drop a 1 in the comments if you're still with me, and let's keep exploring how to feel confident and vibrant in your daily routine. Let's keep this journey going and dive into another habit that might be quietly working against your freshness, keeping your toothbrush too close to the toilet. I'll be honest, this one caught me completely off guard. For years, my toothbrush sat proudly on the bathroom counter just a few feet from the toilet, looking innocent in its little holder. I never gave it a second thought. After all, I was brushing my teeth twice a day. So my oral hygiene was on point, right? But then a friend who's a bit of a science nerd dropped a bombshell during a coffee chat. She asked, "Do you close your toilet lid before you flush?" When I admitted I didn't always, she explained the concept of a toilet plume. And let me tell you, it was like a light bulb went off, followed by a shiver. That conversation changed how I saw my bathroom forever. Here's the deal: every time you flush the toilet with the lid up, tiny droplets of water loaded with bacteria and microscopic particles get sprayed into the air. Studies show these droplets, part of what scientists call a toilet plume, can travel up to 6 feet or more, landing on everything nearby, including your toothbrush. If your toothbrush is sitting exposed on the counter, it's basically a magnet for those particles, which can include bacteria like E. coli or streptococcus. Over time, those germs can build up, and when you brush your teeth, you're potentially reintroducing them into your mouth. This can contribute to a subtle stale breath odor that no amount of toothpaste seems to fix. For me, the penny dropped when I noticed my breath wasn't as fresh as I wanted, even after brushing. I started wondering if my toothbrush was betraying me. The fix is so simple, it's almost laughable, but it's made a huge difference. Now I always close the toilet lid before flushing, no exceptions. It's like putting a shield up against those invisible germ clouds. I also move my toothbrush to a closed cabinet or a covered holder far from the toilet's splash zone. If you don't have a cabinet, a simple plastic toothbrush cover works wonders as long as you let the brush air dry completely between uses to avoid mold. Every few weeks, I soak my toothbrush head in a mixture of water and a drop of hydrogen peroxide for a quick disinfecting boost. Since making these changes, my breath feels fresher, and I have peace of mind knowing my toothbrush isn't collecting unwanted gas. It's a small habit that's given me a big confidence lift, and I know it can do the same for you. If you're still with me, drop a 2 in the comments to let me know you're loving these tips. Now let's talk about another sneaky culprit: wearing tight or non-breathable clothing right after a shower. I used to be guilty of this, especially on chilly mornings. I'd step out of the shower, dry off quickly, and slip into my favorite snug leggings or a synthetic blend top to stay warm. I figured I'm clean, so what's the harm? But then I started noticing a faint, musty smell by midday, especially around my underarms or waistband, even though I'd just showered. It was baffling until I learned from a dermatologist that trapping moisture against your skin right after a shower can create a haven for odor-causing bacteria. As we age, our skin takes longer to dry completely, and tight, non-breathable fabrics like polyester or nylon can trap that moisture, letting bacteria thrive in warm, damp areas. Doctors explain that bacteria love to feed on the natural oils and sweat our bodies produce even right after a shower. When you wear tight clothing made of synthetic materials, it's like sealing those bacteria and giving them a cozy environment to multiply. This can lead to a subtle odor that's hard to pinpoint, making you feel less fresh than you deserve. For me, the light bulb moment came when I realized my favorite workout leggings were the problem. They were cute, but didn't let my skin breathe. I decided to rethink my post-shower routine, and it's been a game changer. Here's what works after showering. Give your skin a few extra minutes to air dry completely before dressing. I like to stand in front of a fan or open a window for a quick breeze. It feels refreshing and ensures no moisture is trapped. Then opt for loose, breathable fabrics like cotton or bamboo, especially for the first layer of clothing. I've switched to cotton tops and loose-fitting pants for the first hour or so after my shower, and it's made a noticeable difference. If you love your leggings like I do, save them for later in the day when your skin is fully dry. Another tip is to use a clean, dry towel to pat down areas prone to moisture, like under your breasts or around your waist before dressing. Since adopting this habit, that midday musty smell is gone, and I feel fresher for longer. It's a small tweak that makes you feel like you're giving your body the care it deserves. Let's move on to another habit that's easy to overlook: not washing your bath mat often enough. I'll admit my bath mat used to be an afterthought. It was this plush, cozy thing I stepped onto after every shower, and I'd think it's just catching water from my clean feet. What's there to worry about? But one day I noticed a faint, earthy smell in my bathroom that I couldn't quite place. I scrubbed the tiles, cleaned the sink, but the smell lingered. Then I picked up my bath mat and oh my, it was like discovering a hidden science experiment. That mat, which I hadn't washed in weeks, was damp underneath and had a musty odor that was subtly transferring to my feet every time I stepped on it. Experts say bath mats are like sponges, soaking up water, skin cells, and even bacteria from your feet. In a humid bathroom, they can stay damp for hours, creating a perfect breeding ground for mold and mildew. As we age, our feet are more prone to fungal issues, and a dirty bath mat can make things worse, leaving a lingering odor on your skin. Here's how I fixed it. I now wash my bath mat every week in hot water with a fragrance-free detergent. I also make sure it dries completely between uses by hanging it over a rack or outside in the sun when possible. If you have a rubber back mat, check for mold underneath and consider switching to a cotton or quick-drying microfiber one. Since I started this routine, my bathroom smells cleaner and my feet feel fresher after every shower. It's a simple change that's made my daily routine feel like a little luxury. I hope these tips are sparking some ideas for keeping your freshness on point. Drop a 2 in the comments if you're still with me, and let's keep exploring how to feel vibrant and confident every day. Let's wrap up this journey with one final habit that might be sneaking up on you: not cleaning your bathroom trash bin regularly. I'll confess, for years, my bathroom trash bin was just a functional afterthought. It was a small, lidded container, tucked neatly by the toilet, catching tissues, cotton pads, and other odds and ends. I'd empty it when it got full and call it a day, thinking that was enough to keep things hygienic. But then I started noticing a faint, sour smell in my bathroom, even after cleaning every surface. It was like a mystery I couldn't solve until one day I lifted the bin to empty it and got a whiff of something distinctly unpleasant. That little bin, which I hadn't properly cleaned in who knows how long, was the culprit, quietly sabotaging my otherwise spotless bathroom. Doctors and hygiene experts point out that bathroom trash bins are like silent incubators for bacteria and mold. Every time you toss in a damp tissue, a used hygiene product, or even a seemingly harmless cotton swab, you're adding moisture and organic material to the mix. In a lidded bin, especially in a humid bathroom, those elements get trapped, creating a warm, cozy environment where microbes thrive. Over time, this can lead to a persistent, musty or sour odor that seeps into the air and even onto your skin if you're handling the bin. As we age, our sense of smell might not be as sharp, so these odors can build up without us noticing until they're undeniable. For me, the realization hit when a friend visited and subtly mentioned that my bathroom had a funny smell. I was mortified, but it spurred me into action. Here's how I tackled it, and it's easier than you'd think. I now empty my bathroom trash bin every 2 to 3 days, even if it's not full, to prevent moisture and bacteria from building up. Once a week, I give it a thorough clean by wiping it down with a mix of warm water and a splash of white vinegar, which is a natural disinfectant that cuts through odors without leaving a chemical residue. I pay extra attention to the inside of the lid and the bottom where gunk loves to hide. For an added touch, I sprinkle a pinch of baking soda in the bottom of the bin or add a couple of drops of lavender essential oil to keep things fresh between cleanings. Since I started this routine, my bathroom smells consistently clean, and I've noticed a difference in how fresh I feel overall. It's like giving your bathroom a breath of fresh air, and it takes less than 5 minutes a week. If you're still with me, drop a 3 in the comments to let me know you're loving these tips. Now let's bring it all together. We've explored 7 bathroom habits that might be making you smell older than you feel, from sticking with outdated deodorants to neglecting your showerhead washcloths, toothbrush placement, clothing choices, bath mats, and trash bins. Each of these habits is sneaky, but the fixes are simple and empowering. I've shared my own missteps, like my loyalty to a decades-old deodorant or my cluelessness about toilet plumes, because I want you to know that we're all learning as we go. The beauty of these changes is that they're small but mighty. Switching to a natural deodorant, cleaning your showerhead monthly, using fresh washcloths, keeping your toothbrush safe, choosing breathable clothes, washing your bath mat, and maintaining your trash bin can transform how you feel every day. These aren't just about banishing odors, they're about reclaiming your confidence and vitality so you can step out into the world knowing you're at your best. As someone who's navigated these changes, I can tell you they've made me feel lighter, fresher, and more in tune with my body. It's not about chasing youth. It's about honoring the incredible woman you are right now. Your body has carried you through decades of stories, laughter, and challenges. Give it the care it deserves with these simple tweaks. If any of these tips have sparked an idea or resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Share your thoughts, your own stories, or even which habit you're going to tackle first. And if you found this video helpful, please drop a 3 to let me know you made it to the end with me. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe with the bell icon so you can keep getting tips to live your fullest, most vibrant life. You're never too old to feel amazing, and these small changes can make a big difference in your health, your confidence, and your happiness. Here's to embracing every day with freshness and joy, because you deserve to shine at any age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Let's keep thriving together.